Hi everyone, it's October 1st and it's Katarina, the psychic tarot reader. I'm a clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant reader, and I've been this way since I've been born. And I also do personal readings remotely via Skype or through Facebook, also in person if you're in the Prescott area. There's all types of rates that I have available for individuals and for parties, etc., and events. So what I'm here to do now is do a reading for the next major relationship opportunity for our Taurians that are single. Now, with all the readings that I do, I ask you to take this as entertainment only, of course. With all the Taurians in the world, this will not resonate with all single ones, but it is an example of a reading that could have wisdom or potential for some of you. Okay, so if you want to know more about yourself, then it's best to have an individual reading. So let's go. What will your next relationship, what are they like? Well, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, as you see, it's a mental card, I call it. The swords are mental thoughts, and the lady is having a sleepless night, and she feels very stressed. So whether you're male or female and are interested in male or females, it's just an artwork. It could be applicable to men or women. So this individual has issues to deal with unconsciously. So it's something where they're showing that there's mental stress that they're processing. Maybe they're overwhelmed by a situation. Could be mental stress, could be mental health issues as well. So you need to be cognizant of that, and that you'll need to support these individuals through this process and encourage them to get the necessary help, right? So the second one was, how will you meet? King of Swords. I love the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a ruler of logic, a ruler of details and doing things right. So you'll meet them in a scenario that is highly unemotional. So it'll be a time where you're looking to search through the truth of situations and opportunities. So it could be in that type of environment where you're searching out to find answers. Could be anything from a work environment that you may come across these individuals where you're seeking more information and you're looking to get to the bottom of the truth. Your first impression of them. Five of Swords. Wow, Five of Swords. They take no prisoners, Taurus. So Taurus, you're pretty laid back. You're not one to be overly aggressive. You take things slowly. This individual will appear to you, at least initially, to be someone who will get what they want, regardless of who gets left behind in the dust and how they hurt anyone. So they may have this reputation, or they may appear to you as being someone who can win at any cost. So just be aware of that. How will they, let's see, just look at my next card. I'm doing this live. How will that affect you? Well, you know, Ace of Wands. It's actually going to turn you on. It's going to make you more passionate than it is laid back. It's an untypical type of pairing. So oftentimes relationship psychologists will say that we attract a different type of individual to bring out something in us that we're not displaying at this time. So it will bring out the passion in you, but in some cases even a little bit of anger and frustration at the same time. But it certainly will be a hot situation. What kind of relationship will it be? Oh. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. You can see in the pictures that this guy, it's just totally wiping him out. It'll take you down to the lowest of the low, potentially. It'll take all away your energy reserves. So you'll have to be up for that challenge, because it'll be so exhausting for you. They'll take you to the highs, they'll take you to the lows, okay? So again, I'm not saying this is for every Taurian, but this is an opportunity of a potential next major relationship. So this can also be something that you look at as a warning in order to protect yourself, okay? Obstacles. Seven of Swords. As you see this guy, he gathers up what he wants and he sneaks away. Individual will be more self-serving. It's going to be difficult to pin them down. And it's going to be something where they take what they want and they won't necessarily tell you the entire truth of the situation or the matter at hand. So it's going to be hard. Like, you're going to think you understand them, and then you're going to find out later other details from other people that, you know, what they told you isn't entirely factual. There's some other background factors going on there. Outcome. Death. Aye. Now, I don't mean literal death here, okay, of either you or them, but could be the end of a cycle for you that, you know, if you do engage with this individual, it's going to end a cycle of your way of being or looking at different people or challenges. So it'll probably be one of the last times that you decide to engage in a relationship like this, if you do choose to engage, right? How will it ultimately affect you? Well, Ten of Pentacles. That's a wonderful card. I know that's awful because it's going from death to the Ten of Pentacles, which is, it's going to be enriching for you because you're going to see that you have the courage and you have the strength to handle anything and to recognize what's good for you and what's not good for you and act accordingly in the relationship and in life as a whole. It's important for you to hold on to your resources, both health-wise and financial. What will you learn? The Five of Pentacles, also known as the spiritual financial poverty card. There's a lot of healing still for you to do in this case, and you have to realize that if you do come across someone who you're trying to save, if they're a narcissist, if they're all wrapped up in their own problems and this potential relationship, and it may not be others, and again, this may not be for every single Taurian that goes into a relation opportunity, but if you meet this person and you see early on that this is a signal for you, it's a great time to exit. So, you know, this is the wonderful thing I say to people when they do a tarot. This is not an inevitability for you. This is a choice, you know, if you choose to engage or not. So if you do come across a person like this who has these traits where they're highly disturbed, where they'll win at any cost, no matter how much they hurt someone, just to say, I'm right, I'm the winner, I got this. If they do excite you because it's so opposite to who you are. And if you can't seem to get the truth and you find out that you're not the person now that you were before, you don't have to engage in this relationship long time. It's just an opportunity for you to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to get into this cycle. I'm going to heal myself and I'm going to store up my riches. Okay, so this is not an inevitability. That's what I want you to know. It can just serve as a warning for you not to get involved. And if you start to see this early, to cut and go. There's no reason for you to stay or engage. It's not necessary. It can just be a test of your resilience in order not to engage in a weak moment. So this person may just turn you on in a sexual way, and that won't last forever, especially if they are not a good, nice person in general in society. You won't want to stay there anyway. So it might just be it should be an opportunity for you not to engage. So just steer clear of that individual, because you would require a lot of healing from this. And there is light at the end of the tunnel, of course. And if you do, you'll learn that you'll have to get healing for yourself. It will humble you considerably. and financially impact you too. So that person can financially manipulate you and take you for a ride. They could be narcissists. They could even be a psychopath to some degree. Like, I'm not a doctor, but you know that anybody that doesn't have a strong conscience for themselves, they tend to take advantage and do whatever they want in order to get what they want. And that seems to be what's resonating in this reading, is someone who's totally self-serving, and they can look you in the face and lie to you directly because they don't have the same empathy or guilt skills. I call guilt can be a skill because it shows that we put ourselves in the place of the other person that we could be hurting. At least if we still do what we want, we still feel some responsibility for the things they do. But it looks as if this individual, for some reason, can destroy and take whatever they want because the ends justify the means for what they want. They're not necessarily ethical means. It's what they want, they take, and they destroy. So you really want to be careful if you come across this person, because it wouldn't be a healthy relationship. Let's put it that way. I would look very carefully with the logic of the King of Swords here, who looks at the details, studies the history, observes the individual. And I mean, Taurians, typically you don't engage in these types of behaviors offhandedly. You generally are calculated, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you weigh things before you do anything. So as much as this might be an enticing relationship for you, look at the signs of selfishness, insincerity, incomplete facts, blaming things on you, twisting it along, gaslighting, all these things, and walk away. Don't engage in this relationship, please. Thank you very kindly. Just wait, let the other one come about, because there'll be others, right? It's never a one-trick pony life for us, okay? So I hope this was enlightening. Again, it's for entertainment purposes and will not apply to everybody, but it's a good warning for all of us to look out for these signs in any potential relationship. So God bless, universe bless, namaste, and we'll talk soon. Take care.